I don't think I've ever been near a wind farm this close to a wind farm before. Jeez, massive. Absolutely ginormous. You don't really appreciate how big they are. Just hear it spinning. Wow. So we're just at Leipaja beach now. There's a lot of bunkers here from when the Russians sort of came here with their army. So you got it all across here. And because they settled in places, a lot of the buildings are sort of destroyed as well, uninhabited, and sort of either habited by sort of druggies and other kind of dangerous people, I guess. But it's starting to sort of renovate them now, just because it's quite near to the beach, so it's starting to be quite popular. Oh, these buildings are actually crazy. They're just sort of like all toppled over. I don't know. I imagine, I'm going to make a guess and say, because obviously the foundation isn't the best around here, over time it's sort of just slipped. As obviously, if you don't have good foundation and it's right by the beach, then it's just going to sort of slide in, but I'm guessing that's what's happened. But these bunkers are everywhere, literally everywhere. Whoa. Check this out. Crazy. Crazy. But the sun, the sun looks okay. Great from here. A broken heart.
There will be a beautiful.
Yeah, so as I thought, because they're laid on sand, as the sort of tide comes in and stuff and washes a bit of the sand away, they start collapsing, and they are still moving, and that's why they're collapsing. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And some of these buildings are really cool. I'm kind of trying to find access to them. Oh, check this graffiti out. Is that a babushka? So I'm just at another beach at Leipaja. This is one of the most touristic beaches here in the summer. I imagine it's a lot busier, but it's quite nice. It's quite nice, warm today, probably about mid-20s. Yeah, the colour of the sand is so clean, so nice, and just the sea's so inviting. Just want to jump in. It's really nice over here. Really enjoying it. We're leaving today and going back to Sigulda, so just gonna enjoy the rest of the sun here, and then we're gonna head back, as it's 3 to 4 hour drive back. But it's been really nice, and I'll definitely come visit here potentially in the summer to enjoy it to its max. But yeah, what I prefer more, either rocky or sandy beaches, I guess they both got their pros and cons. Okay, so I'm told that I need to go and have a look at this thing here because I will like it. So don't really know what it's going to be, but I'm going to find out soon. Going back to the conversation, rocks can be quite sort of uncomfortable to sort of walk on and stuff unless you've got the right sort of footwear on and to go in the beach. So that's a bit of a pain, but then you don't get covered in sand everywhere and bring it all into the car, etc. So yeah, they've both got the pros and cons. Sand's softer, nicer to walk on until it gets really, really hot. Oh right, okay, here we go. So, I mean, from what I've seen of Latvia, I'm quite impressed, to be fair, because when it's really good weather, you've got the beach, which seems really nice. You've got like vast forests that are really beautiful to walk through. You've got kind of like the cool swamps. You've got quite a lot of things here, to be fair. It's an enjoyable place to be. Regarding the people, too much communication with them, but I mean, from the friends that we've met here, they've been really accommodating, really sort of friendly. Kind of reminds me of sort of the Balkan region. But regarding strangers, they seem to kind of like, I don't know, they're not very pleasant thank you kind of people, but it's the kind of the same kind of thing in the Balkans too. Whereas if you're from UK, it can come out as kind of rude when no one sort of says anything and just takes something from you, but it's kind of normal over here to do that kind of thing, and the same in Balkan as well. So we were going to go on a magical bike ride, but unfortunately the guts have fell out the bike.
It's 1 meter away from the gas station.
Yeah, we went to fill it over there, and I think I filled it up with a bit too much air, and then it just popped. So we've just had to abort the mission. Oh god, what are we doing now? Getting pizza?
I hope so. Nē, zini, ko es varu domāt? Tu tiktu kaut kādu stundu galā ar diviem? Jo varbūt mēs varam paņemt Gusto un aizbraukt tad vismaz ar mašīnu to zirgu saukt.
Just walked like 15 minutes to a sushi place, and standard schoolboy error, forgot my mask. Just ran all the way back, kind of got lost, so the run was a bit longer than I thought. But yeah, round 2 of going to get there. And hopefully sushi's all okay. Well, most of it's cold, isn't it? So it doesn't really matter. But there's a few hot bits that I'm picking up as well, like some soups and some hot sushi as well, which I've not tried before. I didn't even think hot sushi was a thing. So yeah, should be fairly interesting. But yeah, this is a place called Leipaja, which is one of the best beaches around. And for once it's actually t-shirt weather out here. Fancy that. But yeah, as I was talking about before, I'll try and show you some situations. But this house here, like all made of wood, quite old looking. And then, you know, every house is like different. So you might have this house over here, which is a bit more modern with bricks. And then you've got an apartment here. You can tell a bit more in sort of like the towns and stuff, but you think when you build a house you kind of get inspiration off your neighbour or something in how to build your house, but because I think that's how they did it, they didn't really have builders and stuff, so they all sort of built their own. But all of them are just like completely different. One could be like made of brick, right, and right next to it could be one made of like wood, like a shed. So all kinds of different houses. I don't know if that's better. I mean, in terms of neatness, I guess in the UK, like you've got all the houses that kind of look the same, but at the same time it's got no real character to it, whereas this has. But the only problem is that if you then buy a house, you could be living right next to a wreck next to it, so it's not exactly ideal. Got a tram track going through here. Oh, so yeah, just got my breath back. Haven't done running in a while. Haven't done any exercise really in a while. Feeling really quite bad. And it's kind of gone out of my routine now. Whereas before coronavirus, I was actively working out constantly, and then this has really thrown a curveball in. But I've seen in the UK that gyms are finally open after some time, so kind of jealous about that. I miss my good old CrossFit gym. I don't know if there's any sort of CrossFit gyms near my area, but because I'm kind of venturing around Latvia, I can't really find a stable gym, and none of them are open in Latvia, to be fair. But just check, I've definitely got my mask this time. I did put it in my pocket, but you know how it is. You put it in your pocket and then you lose it. So yeah, I've got one. It's quite a nice little section here. Got little Pegasus, a church in the background, green roofs. It's kind of all the different shops and houses around. Pizza shop here. All different. Cobbly streets, which are always fun to drive on. Must mean they're pretty old. Oh god. I am so hungry. Got the shakes. Here we go, Sushi Boom, this is where we're going. So yeah, I was talking to a Latvian local. We're talking about, I was watching actually a video, and some guy was in Russia, and he asked some like elderly woman how much her pension was, and it was like crazy. It was like 45 euros a month, which is nuts. So when that came, I was like, oh my god, 45 euros a month. And she was just like, oh yeah, on here it's not that much better. It's like 90 euros a month. And obviously, like, this country isn't exactly the cheapest. I think maybe the European Union kind of fucked that up, because like before they had their own currency, and then things were potentially a lot cheaper than they are now. But like here, I don't feel like it's, I mean, for instance, this sushi that I've just ordered, probably about 38 euros. Which isn't exactly cheap. I mean, I didn't exactly buy not a very much amount, but at the same time, it's like for people that have a 90 euro pension, some sushi can pretty much take up half of that. But how do you live with that? How do you live on 90 euros a month? I mean, with Croatia, 350 euros a month. I mean, that's kind of bad as it is, but this is kind of like next level. Also, she was saying that per child, for childcare, I mean, the government give them 11 euros a month to look after a kid, basically. What can you do with 11 euros? Not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. I can sort of see why people are potentially leaving this country, because the wages aren't exactly the best. Things are expensive, and they don't necessarily get a lot of help from the government. So looking for jobs elsewhere. You also find that there's a lot of rich Russian people that kind of live here.